I think we're good. Hello? Hello? I got bad news. So my lights flickered for a split second. That means that the tier list itself died. So that's not good. Oh my god. So I have a solution. Jesus. Alright. Can someone give me a screenshot of how things were looking before my lights flickered? Go from the start it all over. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh, I hate this. God damn it. Give me a minute here. I still need to set things up. It takes a while for things to do this. Another 5 hours. I can probably fix this by doing what I said. It's fine. I need to import all the things again, though. Missing Final Fantasy. Ugh, I can't believe this, man. It flickered for just one split second, but it was just enough time. It was just enough time for it to not save. It's really annoying. I hope it doesn't do it again. That would be extremely annoying. Jesus Christ. Oh wait, hold up. It's not cropping. Weird. Give me a second here. I'm doing it to UPS. Yeah, I agree. You shocked this site doesn't know what cookies are? I'm shocked too. It might be because I'm making a single-use tier list. Maybe why. I figured that would be fine. I wasn't expecting to lose power. Oh well. Hindsight. It's fine. It's whatever. Let me make sure everything's good though. Okay, I'll look at the tier list again. I'll start organizing things again. It shouldn't take long. That's really annoying though. I won't be able to see the things for a while. Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know why they're cropped like this now. It doesn't really matter, but Celeste's where? Oh my god. Okay. Alright, let's see how fast I can do this. What goes where? I don't remember where I put stuff. So this isn't B. This isn't B. I didn't do CFO yet. Bloodborne goes in A. Conquer goes in, what was it, A? Was Conquer a B? Oh, Jesus. What was Conquer? Okay, Conquer was B. Not B. So, I hate doing this. Mario Kart. Oh my god. Here. Cassette Beasts, I think it was like an A. BP was here. Halo 3 ODST was like here. Escape the Backrooms was A. I'll organize this more proper once I remember where stuff goes. Kirby Air Riders was like A. Night Rain was A. I didn't do Connect Star Wars yet. Halo 2 was B, wasn't it? Was it an A? No, it was A. It was A. It was A. Halo Wars was B. Ace Combat was A. High A, yeah, okay. Pico Park 2 was A. I think before Backrooms, yeah, okay. Ratchet 3. Where did they... Where? Wait, no, hold up. Ratchet 3 was A. Wait. Okay, no, I'm getting this confused. No, here. This goes here. Right. This is so lame, dude. Why did I have to crash? Or rather, why did I have to lose power? God damn it. Halo Reach. Yeah, it's still a B, sorry. Mischief Makers was B. Wait, hold on. My OBS even saves settings, now that I think about it. Give me a second. Did it save my stuff? I'm double checking something real quick. Hold it. Oh, I did. Okay, it saved some stuff. It's just way too loud now. Hold up. Way too goddamn loud. Okay, back to it. Wait. It's gonna take extra minutes. God damn it, man. Alright. Rhythm Heaven, I believe we put it in A tier. Sonic Forces, that's an easy one. I'm not gonna forget about that one. And I didn't talk about Nuclear Nightmare yet, now that I think about it. How strange. Here. Sunshine, yeah, C tier for sure. I didn't talk about Sound of Bomberman yet. Plock? Where did I put Plock? I put it in B tier. Sonic Riders, B tier. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Did I put this in B? Yeah, I did. Pikachu here. Yeah, that's Signalis. Oh, I put it on A, right? Yeah, okay. World of Goo was next to it. Let's just put it here. I'll organize this better in a sec. Stray was okay, so it's like the lowest B tier. Yeah. Final Fantasy 11. Where's FF11? Uh-oh. Oh no, I put it here already. Yeah. Put it here. We saw it being big. I'm not sure why it's small now. I'm not even sure what happened. Slug Unleashed goes here. Sonic R goes in C. Taitsu goes in C as well. I think C tier is almost done. The Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2 here. Okay. So some shock. I'll just get the easy ones out of the way that I just know belong up here. And so this is correct. I think this is looking good so far. No, wait, hold up. I put Ace Combat. After Ace Combat was Night Rain, yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. The Messenger is down here. Rhythm Heaven Fever, yep, that's correct. Halo 3 ODST was here. Halo 2 was right before it. Where's my Halo 2? Oh, here. Cassette Beasts. This is good, this is good. Yeah, this is good. Let's get the back rooms. Signalis was here. World of Goo was ahead. And then after that was get the back rooms, Pico Park 2. Ratchet 3 was after Signalis, yep. Pico Park 2. I'm missing this. And Ultra Kill, yeah. We're almost done already, actually. Hold up. What's Ultra Kill? Ultra Kill, Ultra Kill, Ultra Kill. I don't think I put it up there yet. Where is it? But I didn't put this in yet. Here. Did I put Ultra Kill actually? Am I blind? Am I blinding right now? Must be blinding. Where is it? Whatever, it's fine. Didn't talk about this one yet. Rayman. Where did I put Rayman? Okay, right next to N++. I think B tier is gonna be the most annoying to organize again. Yeah, more or less. Here, Mischief Makers was before DK64. I don't think I put DK here. No, DK is here. Okay. No, Plock? Where's Plock? Where's my man Plock? Plock is here. Okay. Plock was here. Then with Rayman. Is that correct? N++ and then... No. Here. Rayman and N++. BP. Here. Where's Conker? Oh, Conker was... here. Wait, no. Conker was... here. Right? Where the hell is BP? BP's here. Okay. No. Yeah, I'm getting this confused. Okay, that's better. Okay, I like that. Whereas Super Castle... Did I not put it here already? I don't see it. Am I missing files? No, it's here. Okay. Where did I put it? I put this one here. Spyro right after. Legends Arceus after Worlds. Halo Reach here. I think that's good. Oh, wait. The headliners, I think I put here. I think we're good on that. Okay. Alright. Ultra kills here. Yep. Here. Wait, the samurai. Put it in D tier, didn't I? Sonic Drift. Yeah, it's just on tier. I gotta make one. Here, Ultra. No. Sad face, because I'm feeling real sad right now. Oh, man. Sonic Dreams. Is there any other game I haven't talked about? I mean, I'm nearly done. This is a small little setback, if anything. Let me check the other thing, and then we can resume. I don't remember what game I was talking about, to be honest. I think that's good. I think we're good. Yeah, I think that's it. We're done. Okay, we can go back to the tier lists. Okay. Jesus. I think things are back how they're supposed to be. Alright, hopefully I don't get another life flicker. I will get angry, otherwise. Zoom in. Okay. I need a letter. Okay. I guess I'll organize this in the meantime. Put this here. I haven't talked about Paper Mario yet, now that I think about it. I really want to organize this. I could just pick the game from the list, it's no big deal. I'll talk about, let's talk about Nuclear Nightmare for a second. Actually. Why not? So Nuclear Nightmare seems like it's going to be a game we're going to be coming back to every year. Because for whatever reason, this game is still getting updates. Not really sure why, but it is. And this time around, I mean, I feel like when we played it again this year, it was more or less the same thing as before. It's just a bit more scuffed. And again, it's another French flop game. But I don't know. I feel like the update that we played wasn't all that impressive.
The big one is here.
Got some big updates since last time. Are you serious? Wait, there's still more. Well, I'm not impressed at the moment. The last time that we played it, I am not impressed. Is all I'm gonna say. So if we're playing it again, it might go from B to maybe higher. I don't know. Hard to say. But at the moment, I think Nuclear Nightmare belongs here. Alright. Let's talk about... I'm almost through the Metroid stuff. Oh, jeez. GTFO. Real quick. I feel like we didn't really give this game a fair shake. To be honest. We didn't play it a whole lot. In concept, it sounds cool. I like the idea behind the game. It's like an extraction shooter, if anything. You know, you've seen this before. But I like the setting. I like the guns. But I don't really have a whole lot to say about the game because I don't think we gave it a fair shake. But it does have a lot of the same trappings that we come to expect when it comes to live service games. You know, you have like I think you have like a battle pass. You have like, you know, like leveling stuff and all that crap. So it's, I don't think it's doing anything outstanding necessarily. But hey, it's fun. I think that's what matters at the end of the day, but I wasn't necessarily impressed by it either. So off to B tier it goes. Okay. What else can I talk about? I guess Paper Mario, actually. So this is a remake to a game that I really like. I really like The Thousand Year Door. As so do a lot of people. Can't really blame him either. F. F? F as in put this in F? I don't think so, Purple. I think The Thousand Year Door is still a good game. The remake is surprisingly faithful to the source material. I know it's got extra content. I never got around to doing it. But the base game itself was fine. The base game was nice to experience again. I really enjoyed my time with the game itself. It was a very yappy stream, though. A lot of yapping. It's a lot of dialogue reading. This is why I don't really like to do that many RPGs, because it's a lot of reading that I have to do out loud. I don't have to read it out loud, but I don't want to just read it to myself or not read at all. I think it's part of the fun when it comes to streaming RPGs, just being able to read the dialogue. Maybe add your own flair to it. But see, that's the thing about me as well. Like, I can't do voices. I mean, I could, but I'm just so self-conscious. Baby, you guys are gonna make fun of me. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be sad. I want to be real sad. It's like, oh, this guy sucks at voice acting. I'm gonna be really sad. You remember the iconic tie? No! I forgot about that. See, it's a mental block. That's my problem, right? For me, it's a mental block because I don't know. Maybe that's something I learned in childhood where I just was made fun of it, and I was like, I was so sad. Never tried it again. So I feel like I can do it, but it's just like it's a mental barrier that I have to like slowly break, and I've not really been making efforts to break it because it's just gonna come off because I just have no practice with it. I could try to do more voices, if anything, but I need to be comfortable, which is never. But anyway, I can give it a shot. I'm open to the idea. But anyway, the base game, The Thousand Year Door, is really good. I really feel like if you want to play Paper Mario, you start with this one. It's good. It's a good remake. It's really faithful to the original. So I can't recommend it enough. And because of that, I'm biased. I played this game as a kid. I'm gonna rank it high. I think it's solid. It's not my favorite Paper Mario game, but it's good. I enjoy it. The best Paper Mario game is Super Mario RPG. Listen, I like Super Mario RPG a lot. I think it's great. But for me, the best Mario RPG is always going to be Paper Mario, the original. Because that was my first one. That was my introduction to RPGs proper. And it's how I learned how to read. I'm not going to lie. It's a very... what's the word? Coming of age story for me when it comes to Paper Mario. I have a lot of history behind that. So it's I can not associate the game with growth. It's true. Once I learned how to read more properly, I could actually progress to the game. And that cool TV show. That's right. Maybe I should play Paper Mario, more Paper Mario. I already played the N64 version too, so I have to play Super Paper Mario next. Or the Wii, but I have other plans. Anyway, our recommendation. It's a solid RPG. It's good. Okay. Next letter. Oh, we're almost done. Oh, jeez. Keep saying that to cope. But D. Dark Cloud. I really like this game. Oh my god. It's definitely an A rank. So I also have history with this game, as I kept talking about during my journey. This game. I think I'm gonna place it here, but I rented this game as a kid. I never beat it because it's kind of a filter, honestly. I didn't really understand the mechanics very well. I kept breaking my crap. I couldn't really progress. I was doing no damage. I was having a horrible time. Coming to my teenage years, I get the game again. I buy it. I try to play it more during like a weekend when I'm sick. I make decent progress in it, but I never got around to beating the game myself. I just didn't. And then last year, where I play it, and I finally get to experience the game from start to finish. And I feel like the game has a lot going for it. In the sense that, again, another big factor for me when it comes to the enjoyability of a game is just how much customizability you can have in the game, how much freedom you have in the way that you can build things, and there's just so much. There's so much to this game, dude. When it comes to building different weapons, evolving them, specing them in specific ways, and bringing the stats over from one weapon to the other. It's a really cool idea in concept. And in execution, I feel like it kind of falls flat a little bit. because it's a little bit too tedious to level up everything, especially when you don't have the materials to do it, and you're not always going to stumble across the materials that you need. But it has a solid foundation. I think it's good. I do like how the different characters feel pretty different in terms of combat, but the combat itself is very, very simple, really by the numbers. It's not complex at all, especially the bosses. The bosses are definitely not that great, but I think the game is high ranking because it's a good vibe. I like dungeon crawling. I like progressing through the dungeons and also getting the items in order to rebuild the villages and, you know, getting rewarded for it. It's a nice gameplay loop. I think it works. I just wish the combat was a little bit better. Like, warrants building super strong weapons, because it's, as is, it's just, it's a very baby game. You can easily break it. That's the problem with having too much freeform customizability. You can't really account for how far a player would go when it comes to over-leveling, overpowering themselves, because at a certain point, I just became too strong. I try to balance it across all characters, and the game does also try to incentivize you to level different weapons for different characters, because of the curses on the different floors, forcing you to play as different characters and all that crap, but I feel like it wasn't enough. But, you know, for an early PS2 title, I think it's pretty solid. I still like it for what it is. And not to mention, this is level 5 we're talking about. This is their first game. Level 5, as a reminder, are the people behind Professor Layton, Yokai Watch, and a whole bunch of other games that I can't remember off the top of my head. This was the first game. It's cool. This game's got history. Gotta respect it for that. It'll stay up here. Alright. We got, like, 5 more games before I start talking about Metroid. Oh boy. He wants me to talk about Touhou. Oh man. You know, I really gotta play more of these games on stream. I was told I picked it. No one said T. Well, no, Belt said T, but I think it was too slow. Technically, and anyway. I played this. Purple watched. I will admit, I'm falling off Touhou. I'm not as big into it as I was back during my teenage years. I do like to see, not really necessarily keep up with it, because I'm doing horribly at that. I didn't even play Touhou 19, and I don't really play these games extensively either. But this game did come out last year, and I figured, you know, Purple wants me to play this. I want to play this, so I'll play it off stream. And if anything, it kind of reminded me, I really should play these games more on stream. Grow to appreciate them again, because I did enjoy my experience. I do like me a good shmup. Smile. Shmups are good. They're enjoyable. Progging in a shmup is good, especially when we're going for the 1cc. I really enjoyed doing that in this game, for sure. But I really gotta give it another honest shake. Honestly. Hello, Blue. Hello. Welcome. I have been ranking these games for the past 5 hours. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Music-wise, I really did enjoy 20. Good. I just wish I had a lot more to say, Purple. I don't have a whole lot. I feel like I need to play it more in order to really have a lot more to say. You do? I know you do. In fact, I think for this year, I'm probably going to play more Touhou on stream. I'm just gonna have to figure out a creative way to incorporate those onto the stream. I'm just not sure how. I'll have to figure it out. Alright. Overall ranking for Touhou 20 though, I rank it high. I mean, I never have a bad time when it comes to playing Touhou, ever. I just gotta play more. That's the real difference here. I have to play more for me to comment on it. I'll get to it. Okay, next letter. We can either have B, K, P, or S before I talk about Metroid. K. Alright! And I'm kind of surprised K was not picked for this long. Just go through them all? Yeah, I'll just do that for the rest of them. Okay. The Kinect Star Wars stream was an experience. It was the first time for a lot of things. The first time I used a Kinect. The first time I had to go out of my way to protect my identity by buying a goddamn ski mask just so I don't dox my face. Well, not dox, but not to expose my face. Also, it having been the most physically intensive stream I've ever done. Not to mention, I did this twice. I played this game twice on stream. That's the more unbelievable part for me. I thought it was just going to be funny Kinect Star Wars dancing thing, and that was it. No, I did the entire experience. I played the whole thing. Is there a VOD for it? Yes. There is a VOD for the Kinect Star Wars stream. It is an experience. Oh my god, it's, I was expecting it to be a one-off, and honestly, I was kind of pleasantly surprised at how kind of functional it was. It worked. It was okay. I was exhausted by the end of it. But Jesus Christ, did I have a good time? Sure. I had a good time. It was fun. I would never go through that again. That's for sure. Especially the dancing bit. Oh my god, the fact that it captured my movements. It's embarrassing. I hate it. Oh my god. I don't know how to dance. I was horrible. The game made sure that I knew. That I knew. That was a horrible dancer. I don't dance, dude. I don't move it. I don't move around enough to justify it. Hey, Park went. No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna place this on A tier somewhere. Probably here. It's a meme. Alright. But I actually had a good time with the game. I'm also ranking it based on how enjoyable it was as a stream. It was an experience. You have a horrible idea for next time you stream something like that. Oh my god. Well, I'm asking for ideas, actually. I need another Kinect game for me to play on stream. That is not Sonic Air Riders. I swear to god. Because that's not even gonna last 10 minutes. Anyway, I really enjoy Kinect Star Wars. I hope that the Star Wars game that I play this year is a good one. What other Kinect games are there? There's a couple. I know there's more. I know for a fact there are more Kinect games that I could play. Yeah, there's a lot. I just forget what they are. Play Angry Birds. No. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Brave Fencer Musashi. This is the one game that I kind of meant to beat before making this tier list. It's still kind of a in progress sort of thing. But for context, Brave Fencer Musashi was made by Square. This is back when they had a lot of different IPs under their belt, before they started relying on good old reliable Final Fantasy and nothing else. Maybe Dragon Quest. But this is back during the PlayStation 1 era, where they have a whole bunch of different IPs. You know, you had Xenogears, you had, what's it called, Parasite Eve, you had this game, a whole bunch of different games. And this one's a bit more on the kid-friendly side. I like this game. It's cool. It mixes like a lot of action RPG elements, but it's a little bit padding. It has a lot of padding in it. That's so far. It's a bit annoying to navigate. It's a bit confusing too sometimes, knowing where do you have to go. But overall, I think it's good so far. I'll save my comments on what I actually think about the game once I actually do the other tier lists for the Saturday games. But for now, I'm going to place it on the B tier. I don't have a whole lot to say about it at the moment. Yeah, back when it was just Square, yep. Just Squaresoft. In a horrible way. Me too. It's time to talk about Phantasy Star. Oh, man. So, this is Phantasy Star 1. Blue Bursts. I played this with the boys. With Crit, with Kai, and with Ends. And the goal was to go through all of the episodes and just beat the final bosses. You know, just level up, just have a good time, just hang out. And honestly, I had a good time. For me, PSO1, it's a game of its time. It's very clunky, but you can get used to the clunk, to the jank. I think I still enjoy it. Honestly, it's got a better sense of progression than modern Phantasy Star, if you ask me. Especially with the way the leveling works. It's so goddamn slow, but it's fine. Used to be clunk. Yeah. Yeah. And that being said, I had a good time playing this as a multiplayer stream. I think it was enjoyable. I'd probably put it on an A rank. I still like the game proper. The base game itself is good. I don't have a whole much to say because I kind of want to just move on. But I did enjoy this. Alright, last game before Metroid. Oh boy, alright, Bomberman. Oh, I really gotta play more Bomberman. You know, I'm a Bomber guy. I love Bomberman. I grew up on Bomberman. One of my first games was Bomberman. I love Bomberman. I actually do like Saturn Bomberman. I think it's a really solid 2D Bomberman game. I mean, it's kind of short, but that kind of comes with the territory. And I do like how feature-heavy the game is when it comes to the multiplayer aspect. But again, Bomberman is kind of an acquired taste. It's very simple. You could almost say they're all the same, but it's also like saying like Pokemon's all the same. If you really think about the nuances and the little things that you can do. Yeah, it's, the Saturn Bomberman has a lot going for it, if you ask me. It's cool. It's a cool game. But I'll probably place it on the B tier, if you ask me, around here. Saturn Bomberman is a really good Saturn game, but it's, I gotta play more Saturn games. If anything, that just reminds me, I have a Saturn, and I should play more games on it. That'll be another goal for this year. Play more Saturn games. Time to play Knights. Time to play Burning Rangers. Other games. You know, there's a whole bunch of Saturn games we can play. Okay. Are you guys ready? Because I'm not. It's time to talk about Metroid for the next hour. So I don't have to talk about this ever again. For the foreseeable future. Oh boy. Believe me, there's a lot to break down when it comes to Metroid. Especially considering the fact that me, the Metroid guy, who has played these games countless times. I love Metroid. It has defined my taste in games in a lot of ways. They have offered the best experiences imaginable for me. Consistently. The best and the most interesting, I should say. Because believe me, there are some games in here that there's a lot to talk about. Oh, man. Where's Prime Hunters? I'm just trying to organize this by order. Just to make sure. Yeah, this other M was after this one. Yep, AM2R, yep. Federation Forces after this. It's good now. Okay. Put them all in M tier. No. Dude, that's a lot of Metroid. Did you do some kind of marathon last year? Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's every single Metroid game under the sun. In release order. We're gonna go through each of these. We're gonna talk about them in extensive detail. Or at least as much as I can. Before ranking them. Oh man, Prime 4. Jesus. Oh, I'm gonna leave that for last. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Let's start with the first Metroid game. I know people hate this game. It's old. People hate old. I don't hate old. I have a soft spot for the NES Metroid. Honestly, NES Metroid. I can understand why people hate it. No map. Copy-paste layouts, confusing to navigate. Very rudimentary, very basic. Kind of baby game, but for me, I like it. I think it's a solid B game, if anything. I'd probably place it... I'd probably place it around here, if you ask me. It's not a bad game. I enjoy playing Metroid NES. But you have to keep in mind that my experience with this game was playing it after Metroid Zero Mission. And considering how faithful of a remake Zero Mission is in terms of the level structure of the game, I had a much easier time navigating Metroid NES because I had that hindsight. I had the knowledge. The map is already in my head. I already knew where to go, more or less. So it made for a much more streamlined experience for me. And it made me appreciate Zero Mission more, which with how it changed things around. Every Metro under the sun, and everyone that they never want you to see under the sun. It's true. Oh man. But I think NES Metroid still has its merits, honestly. I would probably say its strongest... The reason as to why I would say it's a good game is mostly because of what it did. Actually, no. I'm gonna remove the historical context behind this game. I'm just gonna rate it based on how I feel about it. Actually, I think that'll be a bit more fair. This is my list, after all. I like this game because it acts as a really good blueprint, more or less, for what Metroid would ultimately end up being. It's still fun. For me, it's still fun to play. I still have a good time with the game, especially when I try to go fast in it. The game incentivizes you to go fast, and it's fun to go fast in this game, especially when you know where to go. So this game does have routing to take into account, and it's also very open-ended in the sense that once you get Morpho bombs, you can go anywhere you want, really. You don't need anything else. Play Sonic games, I hear you go really fast there. It's true. In fact, there's a Sonic game in every single tier. Imagine that. But yeah, NES Metroid, I think, benefits from its short length because you are kind of incentivized to beat the game in under an hour. So you can get the true ending. Samus without the suit. Wow. So I think historically speaking, I should probably also mention this. The game is also pretty cool. I do like the game. It's not my favorite Metroid game, but I acknowledge that it's a game. It's important, and I like it. It's good. Speaking of woman, Metroid 2. All right. I like Metroid 2 more, I think. I like it a bit more, but not much more than NES Metroid. We got a lot of iconic power-ups from this game alone. I mean, sure, the Metroid 1, we got the Morph Ball, we got the Morph Ball Bombs, the Varia suit, all that crap, Screw Attack, you know. But Metroid 2 got even more. We got the iconic suit design. You can see it right here, with the shoulder pads, and the knees, and the everything. This is the design we've... This would be the basis of every suit design, if anything. Right here. Started right here. It's cool. It's also got pretty good history behind it. It's a lot more linear than NES Metroid. Especially considering that, if we take into account the way that it's structured, where it's area by area, you do have the liberty of... sometimes. It depends on how early you get power-ups, but you do have the liberty of tackling the Metroids in whatever order you want. Assuming you have the right power-ups and you're able to navigate the areas accordingly. But it's kind of weird that you can say that a Game Boy game has atmosphere, because this game has atmosphere. It's crazy. It's got a lot of beeps and boops, sure. That's your atmosphere noise. But for the most part, I'd probably say that Metroid 2 is really solid, especially with the ending, where it humanizes Samus, where she doesn't kill the baby. We're gonna be talking about a lot about the baby But this is the first iteration of the baby. And it's cool. It's cool. I really like how the game just ends on such a note like that. Humanizes Samus. She spares the baby. Baby sees Samus as her mother. And it's cool. The Metroids themselves are also kind of scary in this game, if you ask me. Especially if you don't know how to fight them. Navigating the whole planet feels just so hostile because everything is out to kill you. So I really feel like for a Game Boy game, it's really impressive that they're able to convey those feelings with such limited hardware. I honestly think it's an impressive feat. And other than that, though, I mean, I kind of feel like the game has a lot going against it, too. It doesn't control the best. Really cool how they never brought back any of these Metroid variants. That's not true, Purple. I'll tell you why. Alright, Metroid Fusion, you can see them in test tubes. Alright? And the Omega Metroid is the final boss in Fusion. So it's technically a Metroid variant. Other than that, right. Okay. Let's move on to the big one. Yeah, you can go there. Super Metroid! Alright. Come on. Come on now. Where else was I gonna play Super Metroid? Let's be real here. No! This is the blueprint. This is it. The granddaddy. The predecessor to all Metroid cores. It starts right here. I still have fun playing this game to this day. I know it's important. We all know that. But it's still important to me in a lot of ways. Even though it's not the 2D Metroid game that I played the most, that honor goes to Zero Mission. The amount of tech that this game has, movement tech, that is, it's just insane to me. So many different ways to optimize. For me, this is the speed game. This is it. When I think of speedruns, I think of this game. This is it. Aside from the technical aspects of the game, a lot of people say that the series peaked here. I would disagree. I would say that Super Metroid in itself is... I'm trying to think what would be the best way for me to convey this. Trying to think. I'm so tired, bro. There is no Y tier. Movement tech. You can jump, you can crouch, you can you can crawl. Definitely S tier is going to become the Metroid tier. You'll see. You'll see. I'll have to like really think about this because there's a lot of games I'll put in the S tier. For sure. But Super Metroid especially goes up here. In a way, it kind of opened my eyes. Because Zero Mission, sure, it does have sequence breaks. But with the way that it can do it in Super Metroid, with how freeform, especially with everything that we know, just how much liberty you have in exploring the map, just being able to route things in your head. This is how you do it, dude. This is how it's done. This is why Metroid core maps are designed vertically. Going deeper into the planet. You know, interconnect these areas in a meaningful way that makes sense. The cohesiveness of the map design, I feel like, is the strongest aspect of a Metroid core game, and this game does it the best. If you ask me. I think it's the perfect size, the perfect length. It's just everything is just exquisite. Everything is perfect. I'm glazing this game a lot, but there's a good reason for that. This is a template. I mean, hell, Metroid Prime uses Super Metroid as a goddamn template. ASMR mode. Oh, what? You didn't say you'd be wrong if that happened. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. But I can't really do the game justice, really. I mean, I played it a lot, and I do mean a lot. So many randomizer runs as well on this game. There's so much to learn about it, too. It just feels good to play. I never get bored when playing this game. The fact that you're incentivized to go fast too also helps a lot. It's just the fact that there's a trick in every single goddamn room in the game as well for you to optimize. It's just insane to me. So many different things, so many different ways to play this game. I'm honestly glad I have my own copy too. This is a very important game. It deserves the S tier. The baby is here too, so it's gotta be S tier. The baby is here. The baby makes a sacrifice. It's really sad. I'm gonna tell about Silksong. And Silksong is still technically above it. I'm not gonna lie. But should it be? I feel like they're equal. I don't know. I feel like they're equal. I can't put them like the same thing. I feel like they're equal. Yeah, I think that's better. Pretend they're equal. Okay. I don't have a whole lot more to say about Super Metroid, but again, it's a quintessential Metroid Core experience that I look for when it comes to any 2D Metroid game nowadays. Or any game of its caliber. This is the basis that I compare it to. I can't help it. I'm sorry. This is what defined my tastes. Silksong has tech in every row and it's much bigger. It actually has fun fights and good controls. No, I like the controls in this game. I'm not gonna lie. I like how this game controls. I like how floaty it is. I just... A lot of the tech of this game would not be possible were it not for the floatiness. Were it not for the way that it feels to control. I do like that there is a skill ceiling in this game. Love double clawing your controller. I don't mind it. You can customize your controls too, for your liking. So there's also that feature. I customize them to whatever feels comfortable for me. Okay, let's talk about Fusion. Yeah, I mean, Metroid Fusion was one of my first Metroid games. Not the first, but one of the first. I remember watching people, watching kids in the playground play this game. Me being intrigued by what I was playing. And honestly, I own 5 copies of this game, by the way. 5 copies. I fixed one of them. One of them is kind of fixed. The other 3 are broken. But it's fine. Metroid Fusion kind of deviates from Super Metroid's structure. Because you can't really have a narrative when a game that's that open-ended. It does have good compromises, though, if you ask me. It helps that the narrative is intriguing, and I think it's good for what it is. And the compromises also do come in the form of them telling you where to go, but not exactly how to get there. So you're still having to explore. You're not constantly being interrupted either. Only when it's necessary. Only in navigation rooms. And you still get to explore at your own leisure. It's cool. And I also do feel like, I mean, pretty much every Metroid game that I talked about thus far doesn't incentivize speed. It does incentivize you to go fast. This is kind of a thing you do in Metroid, and this game is no exception. I feel like a highlight for this game compared to the other games is definitely the boss fights. I mean, there's a lot of more boss fights here compared to the other other Metroid games. They're pretty simple, but I do feel like they're kind of a highlight of this game as well. I like the premise of the game as well, where Samus is in a completely weakened state, being hunted by the SIX. I think that's really cool. You really do feel really weak here at the beginning. It's crazy how they can just convey that through gameplay. It's so expertly done. I like the different sectors. I like how each of them feel different. You have one that's based on SR388. It's cool. It ties into the story very well as well. You have like a water area. You have a lot of like rudimentary, you know, basic areas. You have like the ice area, the water area, whatever. But I do like their little remixes, right? But like the water area has open circuitry, right? You have like cut cables that electrify the water. So you want to navigate outside of the water first before you can bring the water down and make it safe to navigate again. I think that's cool. Stuff like that. There's a lot of little moments in this game that kind of throw... that leave a lot of room for surprises, I feel. Just because the game tells you to go to a certain direction, you'll never know what to expect, how things are gonna play out. So it still feels very dangerous to navigate the BSL. It's cool. It's a nice game. It's very cool. Okay, that's it for Fusion. Let's talk about oh man. Oh man, yeah, alright. Listen, Prime was always gonna be #1. Sorry. I'm a Prime baby. What can I say? Prime was the first game I've ever played that fully immersed me in its world, in its setting. It was gonna be S rank no matter what. Prime is such an important game for me. You have no idea. I can't even describe it with words. When I say it's the first game that fully immersed me, I mostly mean you are Samus behind the visor. You get the scan. It's such a genius idea. I'm not gonna lie, the whole idea behind scanning and learning about the world, about the environment, about the enemies, such a cool idea, dude. Oh my god. You would say Nep played this in his prime, but he hasn't reached that yet. Oh, let's go, dude. I'm not in my prime years yet. Yeah, Metroid Prime. I'm so shocked it came out on the GameCube. Honestly, I'm so shocked it came out as good as it did. It's had such trouble development. And the fact that it turned out to be one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time is nothing short but a miracle. It's insane. I rented this game all the goddamn time, whenever I could. I was just so amazed, so immersed. And not to mention that this game also, for me, what's the word I want to say here? Breathed new life, I suppose? Once I learned about the exploits, about the tech, it opened up so much about the game, so many different ways for me to explore the game. I mean, sure, it's not intended, but it's still there. And it added so much replayability for me, just like how Super Metroid did. So much replayability. To the point where, I mean, honestly, when it comes to just a 3D game, I think Metroid Prime is still the best game for me. Nothing's come close. Nothing. The nostalgia, yeah, sure. But I still think that there's a pretty good reason as to why I'm still playing this goddamn game. I mean, nostalgia can only do so much, right? It can only do so much. I think there's a reason as to why it's been a mainstay in my top 10s for all this time. Prime is P tier. Prime! Absolute Prime. It is such a good game. In hindsight, man, I really want to remember my first playthrough, dude. I want to know that feeling. It's like that's the thing about first playthroughs too. That's why I cherish them so much, because you're never gonna have that first time ever again. You're just gonna know how things are structured, and just playing a game like that, I'd never played anything like that before. You don't know the limits of it yet. I still think the game holds up. I mean, hell, we have the remaster. I think the remastered is a perfectly good way for you to experience Metroid Prime 1. In fact, I might as well talk about it here. I think the remaster version is, honestly, really good too. It belongs here. It's below Metroid Prime, honestly. I still prefer the original because of what he can do compared to Prime Remastered. But it is a perfectly fine way for you to experience Metroid Prime Remastered. Metroid Prime as a whole. It's really good. Huh? Yeah, because you can't do the speedrunning tricks, you can't do the exploits, really. I don't want to be stuck on a rock for an hour. Yep. But honestly, yeah, for the casual, I would definitely recommend Prime Remastered. It's good. The only thing holding the game back are the boss fights. I honestly feel like the boss fights in Prime games were hit or miss up until Prime 4. Prime 4 is consistently good in the boss fights. But Prime 1, damn, dude. Nothing comes close. Zero Mission. Ah, this is a hard one. This is hard. Oh, man. This is really hard. I'm placing it here. I feel like it's kind of like a feeling thing, if you ask me. But Metroid Zero Mission, the boss fights in Prime 1 are so peak, especially the final boss. No. Phase 1 of Metroid Prime is good. Phase 2 is... no. It ruins the whole thing. Yeah, Metroid Zero Mission is also a very important game for me. I remember back during the birthday, back in like, what, 2005? And I had to choose between Minish Cap or Zero Mission. I chose Zero Mission. I think I chose correctly. Because this also further cemented what I look for when it comes to a game of this style. Talking about replayability, going fast, different ways to play the game with sequence breaks, with doing low percent runs, just doing anything you want, really. I played this game so many goddamn times, you have no idea. I think Metroid Zero Mission might be the game that I've beaten the most. Easily. I couldn't get enough of it. I can't begin to count how many times I've beaten this game. Knowing every tile, every room to heart, it's no easy feat, that's for sure. So I just played it so much. I wanted to keep improving. I wanted to keep going fast. I made a whole goddamn video on this game back in the day, and I hated it. I hate that video. I would do it differently nowadays, for sure, if I was still making videos. People say that this you should play this over Metro NES, and I do agree, but I don't think you should throw NES Metro under the bus. Honestly, I think it has its own merits, like I mentioned. Zero Mission, solid starting point as well. It's really good. The amount of freedom it gives you, really good too. Has so much replay value. When I think of replay value, I think of Metroid Zero Mission, honestly. I don't think I've ever replayed a game as much as this one. It's insane. Such a good game. It's really short, but I feel like that works in its favor. In more ways than one. Okay. Moving on. Metroid Prime 2. I would say... here. I love Metroid Prime 2. I especially love it now that I know how to sequence break it in a more efficient way. But I do feel... it's hard. It's hard to say why I don't like it as much as Prime 1. I still think it's a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. But I think my problem with it ultimately comes down to, I think, the middle part of the game. I think the backtracking for to get let me try to think of an example here, because there's a certain point of the game where you do have to backtrack to get the secret missiles, but the back and forth is a bit annoying. It's a little bit out of the way. I feel like a lot of the backtracking in this game could have been done a little bit more organically, but outside of that, I do feel like there is cohesion with the way that the world was structured, if anything. If anything, I would argue there's a bit more cohesion here compared to Metroid Prime, where the main hub was essentially Mabmore Caverns. And I don't really mind navigating that area, necessarily, but I do appreciate that these areas are better interconnected compared to Prime 1. It's a lot more... what's the word? I guess more cohesion, like I said. It's good. It's fun. It's great. If anything, I'm not too big on the ammo system of this game. I feel like Prime 4 did it better, if you ask me. At least in concept. I think Prime 4 did that better. Especially considering the fact that the beam combos aren't necessarily that great. You don't really get to really make good use of them in Metroid Prime 2. But yeah, overall, no, I think the game is great. I do like that we get to see a different conflicts, a different alien race, you know, battling light and dark. It's cool. And I like how everything is thematically associated with that whole light and dark theme. It's cool. It's pretty focused. It's a pretty focused game. Solid throughout. And I really do enjoy the boss fights in this game. Some of them. Not all of them. I think some of them are kind of boring, but there's some definite highlights here. With Quadraxis and Emperor Ing, and there's a whole bunch of different bosses here that I feel like are pretty good. Okay. That's Prime 2. Prime Hunters, first hunt, I mean, it's a goddamn demo. I don't know. Place it here, I guess. Maybe here. That's what I'm thinking. It's a demo. It's there to showcase what the DS can do. As a Metroid experience, it's okay. I mean, it does its job, I guess. The only Metroid not in S tier. No, these two. What are you talking about? Metroid Prime Pinball, oh my god, best game! Oh, whoa! I had a great time playing this one, but it's definitely not an A tier game. It's pinball. You enjoying this game? Excuse me. You enjoying this game? It solely hinges on the fact that you enjoy pinball. I like pinball, but not that much. Not necessarily. Metroid Prime Pinball is a fun game. It basically is Prime 1, but in pinball form. It's neat. It's a novel idea. It comes with the Rumble Pack, if you remember that. Remember when the DS had a Rumble Pack? It's crazy. But it's not much to say. It's just pinball. It's a good pinball game. It's neat. Alright. Prime Hunters. I have a lot of history with this game. And honestly, I'd probably rank it like around... this is kind of hard to compare it to, honestly. I'd probably rank it here. Prime Hunters. The game proper. Not the demo, but the full game. I really like this game. You're going to kill me. What? No. Hear me out, okay, Purple? Hear me out. I really like Prime Hunters. Not for the campaign, necessarily, although I think the campaign was just okay. But for the multiplayer. I had a lot of hours on the multiplayer mode of this game. I would go out of my way to go into my balcony and steal people's Wi-Fi just so I can play through Nintendo Wi-Fi. If anything, this was my first proper arena shooter that I played actively all the time. Even over Kirby Air Riders. What? Oh, come on! No, you gotta understand the history behind Prime Hunters. I made buddies playing Metroid Prime Hunters. It was great. I would communicate with them by shooting in the wall. This isn't about history. This is about 2025. Okay, fine. No, I'm not changing my mind. All right? No. I like Prime Hunters. What I don't like about it is the fact that actually not. I was gonna say I don't like how a lot of the areas in the single-player campaign are more or less repurposed multiplayer maps, but I feel like they remixed them in a cool way for them to make sense in the way that they're connected in the world. I think that's cool. But the main selling point of the game is the multiplayer aspect of itself. It comes with everything you would expect from an arena shooter. Deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, you Prime Hunter, where you just become completely buffed and people have to try to kill you. It's cool. What about the pisser that escaped the bat? No, come on. No, come on. Listen, I have a lot of memories from Prime Hunters. I really do like this game. If I didn't have those memories, yeah, sure, it wouldn't be this high up. But I can't deny my feelings. I can't deny them. I'm sorry. What about the history of the fun times we shared playing Pokemon? We didn't play Pokemon Yellow, Purple. We didn't play Pokemon Legends Arceus. They're not in here. They can't go there. I just feel like Metro Prime Hunters belongs in A tier. That's it. I'm not changing my mind. I'm sorry. I think it belongs there. Okay. But I was gonna say something else about Prime Hunters. I think that's it. Everyone questioning Nep's ranking. No! This is how I feel about it. I like Prime Hunters. What I would give to go back to those simpler times. When I was just joining lobbies with, like, hackers who just use the Omega Cannon and just kill everyone on sight. Or, you know, just being able to, like, communicate with people by shooting at the walls and them showing you how to do certain glitches and stuff like that. That was so cool. Without words, we were just playing the game and communicating. It was just so cool. Okay, Flora, what matters is that our voice is heard and we remind him that this is the democracy, not the Twitch stream. This is Nep's ranking of 2025 games he's played, not games he played 25 years ago. But I played this game this year, Purple. Maybe not in the multiplayer mode, but I got to talk about it a lot. With Say, dude. When I played this game on stream during the Metro Marathon, Say dropped by and we talked about our experience with this game. It was so cool. He and I shared a lot of the same experiences. You played it this year, but you're talking about what you didn't play. Why not talk about Mario Galaxy or Odyssey? Because I'm playing Galaxy this year. TF2. Oh my god. Do you want this tier list to end, Purple? Oh my god. On its own merits, I think Prime Hunters is a solid game. Okay, memories aside. Without memories, it'd be like here. With memories, it goes here. I'm doing it by memories. I want it to be burning the fires of Purgatory. I'm so tired. It's staying there. Alright, we're gonna move on to Prime 3. This is a hard one. I like it better than Prime Hunters. In fact, I'm gonna reconsider where I'm placing Prime Hunters, actually. No, actually, no. I think this is good. I feel like Prime 3... Oh, you're currently playing Prime 3. How are you enjoying it? Because I know... Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, Prime 3. I like the game. I do. I just have issues with the way that it's structured. I feel like it was made for a console that it wasn't really meant for, right? Because Prime 3 was supposed to be more ambitious. In fact, I think you were supposed to pilot Samus's ship at some point during development, but the Wii is so goddamn weak they couldn't do that. And we ended up with the structure of the game that we have at the moment, where everything's divided into planets. We prefer it over 2 because of the loading screens on 2. I honestly feel like in Prime 3 the loading screens can be just as bad, if not worse, if you ask me. What are you saying, Consummate? What? Anyway, I do like Prime 3, I just don't like the way that it's structured. I like Brio. I think Brio is a good planet. Again, because it does connect from, you know, the, like the outside with the inside of the planet with the lava and all that crap. I really do enjoy that. It's, at its core, it still feels like a Prime game because it still doesn't really hold your hand. I mean, there's a lot more dialogue going on, sure. You don't constantly get interrupted, though, that's for sure. And I'm trying to think of better ways to really articulate these feelings. I'm also kind of tired, so I guess that doesn't help. It's not the duration, it's when you swap from... Oh, yeah. It's true, I see what you mean. Yeah, because there's no input whatsoever. When will Nepcool stop rank? Okay. Here's what I think about Prime 3. It's a solid game. It's still a good Prime game, even in the moments where it's more action-packed, like at the beginning of the game, for example, and right near the end. I don't mind it, because those moments are few and far between. That's at its core. You're still exploring all these different planets. Progression still feels more or less the same. The planets themselves have some rich history behind them too. A lot of deliberately well-designed areas, and I think it's good. I do think that the backtracking is a lot less organic because you have to go out of your way and go from one planet to the other. Because there would be no way for you to really know, unless you were really paying attention, where to go next after getting a certain power-up. Because again, it's not as organic. But at the same time, I don't know. The motion controls in Prime 3 got a bit annoying, for sure, as well. It makes sense for them to add the waggle and aiming with the Wiimote. But I feel like they don't really take full advantage of what you can do by aiming with the Wiimote in a lot of the boss fights. I mean, they do just enough, I feel. But Prime 4, I think, did a lot better. At the very least. I still think Prime 3 ends in a pretty strong note. So it's still good. I like it. I like Prime 3. I think it's good. I think it belongs in A. Okay, Other M. What the hell do I do with you? What do I do with Other M, dude? Oh my god, I have no... Where do I place it? Do I think it's worse than Sunshine? I don't know. How strongly do I feel about this game? The game that's better than Prime 4? I don't know about that. No. I think... Metro Other M... I don't care if the Japanese script makes the game make a whole lot more sense. It's not what we got. And even if we did get that script, with the way that the game is executed, it's no real sense of progression, really. It's all about the narrative. But the thing is that I think Fusion did a better narrative. But it balanced the gameplay with the narrative, and this game was just more interested in telling a story. It's fine, but this game holds your hand a lot. It doesn't want you to derail at all. Because the narrative is important. The controls suck. You know, having to use the Wiimote for everything. Even just moving in a 3D space and just flicking it. You know, and flicking it to pointing at the screen to go into first person. It's kind of jarring. It's kind of... I don't know. Sakamoto really wanted to just have the whole game be controlled using one controller. I don't think that panned out, especially if you're playing a 3D game. If it was just a 2D game, sure, it was a 3D game. An action-packed one at that. The combat in itself is flashy, but it's not substantial at all. So all you gotta do is just press the same button, like the D-pad. Anytime there's an attack, and you'll dodge the move, and you'll be okay. Like, it's no big deal. The story, do I need to tell you about the story? About the baby? Do I need to tell you? Racer's releasing an AI anime girl assistant for your desk that gives gaming and life tips. Didn't change the hologram avatar to be faker. Okay. Great. I'm going crazy. The song's been playing for the past 20 minutes. Pushing it. Okay. Anyway. What was I saying? Other M. You guys know what's wrong with it. Characterization of Samus. She doesn't stop yapping, just like how I can't stop yapping. You have all these different plot threads that never get resolved, or they're just meaningless, and just missing so much context between the English and Japanese scripts regarding the Federation. It loses a lot of nuance. Samus doesn't just stop yapping. The baby. I mean, the baby is only really bad at the beginning because she doesn't shut up about the baby. You know, there's a whole lot of things just not making sense. It's just a goddamn mess. It's just dumb. It's a dumb game. We didn't need this. It's fine. It's not fine. It killed the franchise. I hate it. I hate the game's C rank. What else is there for me to say? Honestly, the only good moment of the game is the post game because no one talks to you. You just get to explore your own leisure. You have all the power-ups. It actually feels like a goddamn proper Metroid game when you're doing cleanup. It's fun. It's cool. The whole game should have been like that. But whatever. Who cares? AM2R, though, it's pretty good. Look at this. AM2R. Is it S rank? I don't know. I don't know where to place this one, actually. Where do I place AM2R? Oh, crap. I didn't think about this. I don't know where to place AM2R. Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna place it... I don't know. Here, I think. I think this is a fair placement for AM2R. You know the story. Game in development for 10 years. Comes out, Nintendo say, nope, bye-bye. Game is gone. Except it's not gone, it's still here with us. People get mad. And then Federation Force, and then, oh no, it's bad, but it's over. You know the story. I was following this game for a long while. Myself. I was kind of excited for it to come out. When it finally did come out, it just kind of became the quintessential fan game. Not just for Metroid, but for all fan games. It's kind of a big deal. Because of what it represents. AM2R misses S rank because it's 2 reasons, so he doesn't have good memories. It is kind of recent, but I'm not compelled to go back to it. AM2R has a lot of community support, has got a whole bunch of different mods, and I kind of do want to try them out on stream. Hey, Bill! You want to hunt me down, dude? As the SAX? That would be cool, right? This game has a lot of content. And I really feel like this is the ideal way to reimagine Metroid 2. Metroid 2 is good. But AM2R elevates that to be great, if you ask me. It still respects the original, while also adding new areas, new touches to the base game. Kind of like how Zero Mission did it. In fact, it's pretty similar to Zero Mission in a lot of ways in what it did for the original game. And that was the whole intent behind it, if anything. Modernize it, add new things to it, just make it a better experience, a more streamlined experience. And they accomplished that. It still follows the same structure as Metroid 2, so it's not as open-ended as other Metroid games. But it still allows you for a good amount of freedom for you to be able to explore, and it's so pretty faithful to the original game as well. If you were to compare how you progress through both games side by side, you could see it's pretty faithful. It's good. I like it. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. I think the game is more known for its history than, you know, for the amount of, for the people that actually played it. You know what I mean? It's good. I like it. We have 4 more games to go through. Alright, Federation Force! Yeah! Alright, I'm gonna be real here. I kinda do like this game. I talked about this before. I think it's good. It's a good game. People just didn't give it the chance that it deserved, and I don't blame them. The history better matter a lot here. Okay. There's a lot that went into this game. Metroid is such a weird series. Don't you agree? Think about it. You have such high-profile releases. Games that are considered to be the best of their kind of all time. And then you have absolute flops. Like Metroid Other M. And then right in the middle of all that mess, caused by Other M, we have Federation Force. The most mistimed, mismanaged, but not in terms of development, but just in terms of release timing, the worst time to release Metroid, a Metroid game, in the way that it looked. It's Federation Force. If Samus Returns came out first, I can guarantee you this game would have done much better. Without a doubt. I think people would have been a lot more open. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, do not do this to me. Do not do this to me. Okay. I got to experience the game twice. Once with Consomme in 2-player co-op, and the Marathon with a 4-way player co-op. 4 players. And both times that I played the game, I actually had a lot of fun. Don't let the naysayers tell you that this game is horrible. It's not worth playing. It's not worth your time. I think it is. It's got problems. Sure. The art style, I don't think was fitting at all for what they were going for. I can understand why they went for it. I get it. I don't think this is the right call. I think most of the problems really just come with this being the most unfortunate. Yeah, everything has problems. Nothing is perfect. That's true. Even my favorite game here is not perfect. It's got bad boss fights. Federation Force, it got too much slander. It did not deserve that much hate. I think it's a solid game. I don't think it's amazing, necessarily. I don't see myself going back to it every now and then. But I like it. It was a good multiplayer experience. You're meant to be playing this game as a multiplayer game. And it's good. Kind of slow. Sure.
Huh?
Each mission felt pretty different, though. There was real effort made onto this. Onto this game. Metroid Federation Force, it's good. I like it. Different mission structure. It more or less controls how you'd expect a Prime game to control. It's good. Pretty, I don't really know how else to describe it. I just had a good time with it. I think it's a good game. I can't really say that so many times. I'm just so tired. I need to wrap this up. I've been here for 6 hours. Oh my god. Okay. Let's talk about Metroid Samus Returns. This is the true return to form for a lot of people. And you know what? I think this game is okay. It's good. Here. I don't know where to place this one. I have such conflicted feelings about this one. Not really sure where to place it in relative to everything else. Here. No. Here. No. Here. No. Here. Yeah. Yeah, here. This is good. This is good. Okay. I like it. A lot. True return to form. It's what we needed at the time. Meet me out the back. Why? What? What's wrong, Purple? I like Metroid Samus Returns. I remember getting it. I remember really enjoying my time with the game back then, and especially enjoying it now. See, Samus Returns is a double meaning, right? It's like Return of Samus, but also Samus Returns because she's back. Samus is back. Take this and put it under Deltarune. I don't know. No. Sorry. No, that's why it's not S. Sorry, it has Ridley in it. I don't want to see Ridley. It's just stupid fan service. Fine. It doesn't matter anyway. It's fine. Okay, Samus Returns. This was Mercury Steam's first foray into Metroid. And it was a sign for things to come. And I do mean that in a good way. They tried to incorporate more combat-based encounters in this game. And I do like how the combat is handled in this game as well. It's good. It's good combat. Especially when you fight the Metroids. A lot more dynamic. It's a lot more for you to do. You're not just shooting missiles. What I do dislike about it is the fact that you do have to stand still to actually parry. They do address that, believe me. They learn every lesson that they need from this game, Dread. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I do like what this game does when it comes to reimagining Metroid 2's structure. It's good. It's really good, in fact. It helps that the game does also control pretty well. What I don't like is the fact that it's pretty restrictive. It doesn't give you a whole lot of freedom. Even in Metroid 2, still had a little bit of freedom as to how you could approach different areas, assuming you had the right power-ups. But in this game, no, you can't even wall jump. Can't even bomb jump. There are things that are deliberately placed to prevent you from sequence breaking. It's kind of annoying. I don't like it when it's deliberately designed like that. I get it. You don't want players to get lost or get confused and be like, oh, I ended up here now. I don't know where to go now. Like, I get it. It's fine. But no, don't restrict like that. But I can also understand playing it safe because the last 2D Metroid game that we gotten before that was Zero Mission. And, you know, you really got to get used to the formula. If anything, I treat Samus Returns as, you know, dipping their toes into the Metroid series. And I think it was a good attempt. It's good. It's a solid game throughout. I really like it. I especially like the Metroid fights. And the Queen Metroid fight was pretty cool. I don't like Ridley. I don't like how it changes the tone of the ending. It's a different interpretation, I know. I don't like how Ridley shows up right at the end for no reason other than fan service. It just feels kind of empty. But there's that. And I honestly still recommend the game to this day. It's good. It's a good game. I like it. Oh my god. We're almost done. 2 more games. Prime 4 is going to be a long one though, so. Dread! Holy crap! Where do I place Dread? Where do I place it? After or before Silk Song? I don't know. Oh, jeez. Man. I'm placing it before Super. After Silk Song. Sorry. I really like Dread. Dread is so... Oh my god. Everything surrounding Dread. The release, the name, how long it took. How good it ended up being. Mercury Steam really, really delivered. They really learned the right lessons from Samus Returns. Jesus Christ, dude. This is exactly everything that I was asking for. Everything. You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh my god. I've never been so excited for a game and for it to absolutely deliver in the way that Metroid Dread did. Even comparing to Silk Song. Metroid Dread is perfection. If you ask me. This is it. This is the big one. This is it. The highest profile release. Should I play this game? I have it on Nintendo Switch 2, video game console. Yes! Should definitely play this game. Metroid Dread is how it's done right. This is it. This is exactly what I was asking for. What I was talking about earlier. The open-endedness structure. Allowing you to sequence break here from Super Metroid. The unintended sequence breaks by breaking this game from Metroid Prime is in here too. The combat prowess from Metroid Samus Returns. It's got it all. Suppose it has a little bit of pinch of narrative from Metroid Fusion as well. Fancy that. Even you're there. Everyone is here. I have 0 complaints about Metroid Dread. Maybe the music. The music was kind of eh. It served its purpose, but it's not exactly music I listen to, you know, on its own compared to like other Metroid games. But honestly, it's not a big deal. The amount of freedom this game allows you, just so much attention to detail in this game. Not just in the way the progression is structured. It's so smart. You have no idea. The amounts of different things you can do in this game, it's insane. It's so good. Oh my god. This game is a miracle. I'm not gonna lie. You can shoot! This game is a miracle. I love it. I need to play it more. Such an amazing game. Alright. I need to stop glazing it because you guys already know how I feel about this game. It's all been leading up to this. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Okay. I had time to think about Metroid Prime 4. I did 3 playthroughs for this game. Count them 3. Okay? I streamed that first playthrough. The other 2 I played on my own. Just playing on my own pace. Second time through, I played it on hard mode, skipping the cutscenes, just playing the game for itself. Third time through, I watched the cutscenes again. I went for all the scans. I went for 100% on everything. That's for context. Okay. I've been waiting for this game to come out. Like when it was first announced back in 2017. That's a long time. 8 years. Yes, reset. 2 years in. Fine. Retro takes the helm. Fine. I trust Retro. They'd never let me down. Okay. We get the game. Well, actually, this is before we get the game. We get more footage. It looks good. It's looking promising. Very nice. We see Viros. Very nice. We see, we see Fury Green. It looks amazing. I mean, honestly, for whatever I'm going to be saying next for the next couple minutes, don't let that detract on how good the game looks, on how well it performs. It's fantastic. It is a technical marvel. Retro has always been good at that. How good it looks? It looks good! Oh, come on. No, it looks good. Other M goes in tier? Oh, you're kind of right. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, you know what? You make a good point. It made me sad. You're right. Yeah, that's a sad tier. It's the worst looking game you've ever seen. Oh, the bike. Yeah, the bike. I don't hate the bike on principle. I was like, oh, cool, a bike. Then I saw the desert. I was like, oh. Uh-oh. That's when I started getting worried. When we saw the desert. Uh-oh. Because here's my main worry. The main desert means it's the main hub, right? Where every area is connected to it. That would mean there's no cohesive interconnectivity between these two different areas of the game. Between, you know, just every area in the game. It's like, uh-oh, I didn't like that from Prime 3. Why are they doing this again? So that happens. Then we get Mackenzie. It's like, uh-oh. Well, I don't care that much, but alright. Cool. Then the game comes out, and I'm excited. I come home. Put the game in. I start streaming it immediately. And we're there to have a good time. The first couple hours, it's good. I enjoy my time with the game. I take the time to fully appreciate the quality of life choices that they made in the controls. Being able to morph and unmorph at ease mid-combat. It doesn't feel clunky at all. It is very, very good. Very nice. Feels very good. So also the detail of being able to dodge backwards. Very nice. Very cool. So also the extra detail of being able to dodge mid-air. You couldn't do that before. Just very, very small things that you come to notice after playing these games for almost your entire life. It's just, it's good. It's a good experience. And it feels really good to play. Not to mention, as well, when you get the boost ball, it feels so good being able to just use the boost ball, use the spring ball, move it around the areas at a breakneck, not breakneck pace, just really, really fast. Super fast. Feels good. The fact that the boost ball also interacts with other enemies in the area, like as you bump into them, they actually react to that. and you don't take damage. That's so good. It feels so good to control. It's the little things. The little things just feel so good to control about the game. The controls they nailed, I'd say. It felt really good. It felt modern. It felt good. We meet Mackenzie for the first time. He's a yapper. I don't care. It's like, whatever, just yap away. We're probably not gonna see him that much, right? Wrong. He has a radio feature. He tells you, alright, okay, if you need my help, just holler. Let me know. Let me know and I'll help you out. Okay. Perfect. He hollers you when you are in Gold Forge. He doesn't stop at the beginning. I tell him, please stop. Then I go on my way, and then I start realizing something. You know, these areas, for as cool as they look, feels kind of linear so far. I'm sure the game will open up, right? I go through the area, we get the bike, we get a weird minigame segment where you have to complete 3 different tasks, fought a boss. I forgot to talk about the psychic powers actually before. I'm getting ahead of myself. Psychic powers themselves, I feel like are cool, but I feel like a lot of them are not fully realized in being able to take full advantage of different ideas for them. You have stuff like the spider ball, the psychic spider ball, which is really cool because you can tether onto nodes and sling yourself like a slingshot. That's new, that's cool, that's a new way to traverse. I like that. Then you have stuff like the psychic boots, which allow you to stand on floating psychic platforms and nothing else. That is completely uninteresting. So a lot of these new remixes to a lot of these legacy power-ups are cool in concept, but I feel like a lot of them got the short end of the stick. Because with the Morphle bombs, you know, you can like use them, then grab them, and then just shoot them somewhere. This is cool, but that's not really utilized a lot. You can even do that with power bombs, but it doesn't do anything really. I mean, you can get to one optional area with that, but it doesn't mean anything. And there's also the boost ball, which allows you to interact with a terminal that allows you to fast travel in Gold Forge. It's a pretty cool implementation. Also used to get a couple of power-ups. I figured we would be using this to maybe, you know, go to the different areas in another way. I don't know. You don't do that. It's just relegated for you to, for that one moment in Gold Forge, for you to go from one tower to the next. And then every other time, it's just to get a power-up, and that's it. It doesn't do anything else meaningful. A whole bunch of other things I'm trying to remember. The Psychic Beam is cool. I feel like it's used well enough. In combat and in puzzles, I feel like it's fine. I didn't really have an issue with it. To be able to use the control beam, you know, just being able to move it around. It's cool. It's nice. I feel like they used it enough. I don't have any complaints with it. What else? But yeah, going back to the whole Gold Forge experience, fight the boss there, right? Then I go back to the desert area, and after getting the bike and all that, and Mackenzie's like, "Oh, now you get to explore the areas at your own leisure. You know, choose one, go there." And I figured, you know what? You know, maybe this means that the way that the game is structured is you have the freedom to go to any of these areas in whatever order you want, but they're going to be more self-contained, right? They're going to be like their own little thing that don't require power-ups from the other areas unless you want to backtrack and get additional power-ups. Okay, that seems like a cool idea. But no, that's a lie. You have to go to the fire area first. You have to go there first because you can get the fire ship. You can get the fire ammo, or rather the fire shot. Because you have to go to the ice area next after that. So you don't really get to have that experience necessarily. You get the fire shot. You go to the ice area. The ice area is pretty cool. It's probably the best area in the game in terms of atmosphere. I mean, sure, you're not shooting a whole lot of things, scanning a whole lot, but I like scanning. I like reading the logs. Speaking of the scan logs, I feel like they were kind of lackluster this time around. I feel like they say a lot of the same thing. Like, oh, this terminal's offline, or this terminal has this particular information they can learn elsewhere. It's not really that intriguing, necessarily. It's not that intriguing, if you ask me. But the whole area as a whole, I think, was pretty well done, if you ask me. Then, I don't think the game ever gets better after that, if you ask me. After that, after the ice area, I don't think the game gets better. You go back into the lava area, but before going to the lava area, I had the breaking point. The Mackenzie breaking point, as I like to call it. I was exploring the area. I was exploring the desert, trying to ram into the goddamn crystals, and also looking around for the shrines to get power-ups and all that stuff. And I figured, okay, listen, I'm making a small detour now so I can get these power-ups, but I have a feeling that I want to go to the lava area next, because after clearing the ice area, I got the ice ship, which I now have the ice shots, which means I can probably head on over to the lava area and get the stuff there. That's where I'm supposed to go next, because I remembered that's where I need to go. And then Mackenzie, because I guess the game felt like I was wandering around the desert for too long, not knowing where I was going, at least assuming that at least I think the game assumed I was taking too long. Mackenzie calls you without me radioing him, telling me, hey, you should go to Vault Forge. There might be something there. And then, from that moment on, Mackenzie stole that whole, the main thing, the main hook for me when it comes to our first playthrough, where it's just that sense of discovery, where I'm just like, okay, listen, I have to go to this area here, maybe. So I go to the lava area, I go there, then I realize I'm missing something. It's like, okay, I'll keep that in mind, I'll just go elsewhere. So I'm gonna go backtrack and explore the rest of the map and see if there's anything that I missed. And for me, that's the fun part, because not only am I learning the map, but I'm also just engaging with the world itself, you know? Engaging in the sense where I'm just exploring. I'm getting a sense of where things are. I think it's cool. It's really fun, and I'm really never gonna have that experience again after the first playthrough, because I'm gonna know where stuff is. I'm just trying to relish in the moment. But Mackenzie, he has the audacity to call me up and just tell me exactly where to go or where to look. And at that moment on, he just tells me, go to Vault Forge. And then it's like, all right, well, I mean, sure, I'm saving time because I'm not going over to the lava area and essentially be wasting my time. But that's not the point, right? I don't mind the backtracking. I don't mind backtracking at all. For me, that's part of the experience. That's how I learned the map. Because when it comes to playing these games, I like exploring, I like learning the maps, so in subsequent playthroughs, I can navigate them with ease. So I go to Vault Forge, and then I realize, Mackenzie tells me, hey, you should try one of the other towers, so you can get, maybe you should check them out. I'm like, Mackenzie, for the love of God, please, just let me think. Why is the game so afraid of me getting lost? That's the whole point, right? I want to get lost. I want to, like, explore. If I backtrack to different areas, it'd be wasting my time. Like, that's fine. I don't mind. I get to play the game more. But no, he just tells me where to go, and then, you know, I could rebel and be like, screw you, Mackenzie, I'm gonna go elsewhere. No, because I know he's telling me where to go, that's where the progressional power-up is for me to progress to the game, so why would I ignore it? I was just made aware of it. It's annoying. So I head over to the next, to the tower, and I notice it's like this one boost ball terminal. You get the boost ball over at the ice area. And then it reveals, oh, now you can use the vehicle to cross the lava gap. And then I figured, why wasn't this implemented more organically? I can understand why Mackenzie pings you and he tells you where to go, because there's no real organic way for you to really remember that there is something for you to go to. For you to go back to in Voltforge. At least I don't think. First impression-wise, I don't think so. Even after my first 3 playthroughs, I don't think there's a really good way to really justify putting that power-up in Voltforge. Or hell, even having the power-up at all. It doesn't really do anything. I'm not even sure why that wasn't just a default feature for the bike. And not just redesign the lava area to begin with. I don't know. I really feel like having to go back to Voltforge after going through all that mess, it's just kind of unnecessary. If you ask me, really feel like it could have been done in a much better way. I could have had that aha moment, you know, just by being able to make it past that lava wall, and then have the bike have the default feature of being able to go over the lava. Of course, you would have to redesign that area in order to make sure that you don't progress past a certain point, because you're probably going to need the ice shot for something else. That's what I'm thinking anyway. But anyway, I really feel like there could have been some restructuring that could have been done, because again, I still think that the reason as to why Mackenzie even pings you in the first place is because people got lost and they didn't really know where to go, and they just have to tell them where to go, because the power-up is in such an inconspicuous place that it's really easy to just forget, because it's just kind of there. It doesn't really stick out necessarily. And if anything, it would more or less stick out as something you would use for power-up, you know, just like a missile expansion or something. That's what I would figure. But no, it's just like it's an imperative power-up that you need for progression. So you need that. And yeah, you go into the area, then it's you meet up with 2 more Federation troopers, meet the fangirl. She goes, "Oh my god, look, Sam, she's doing the morph ball!" And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, it's annoying. You have to babysit these 2, and it's annoying. And then the same thing happens after you clear the lava area, where it's like, okay, cool. I got the grapple. No, wait, no. Hold up. No, I got the grapple, and then I remember, wait a minute. Mackenzie calls you, it's like, oh, hey, you should do the thing that you should have been doing the entire time, which is like, look at the map to see if there are any areas you might have missed. It's like, okay, Mackenzie, thank you. Thank you, Mackenzie. It's just like when the Grizzled Knight is telling tales of his heroics around the campfire to the moment of calm in the story. You get the grapple beam, right? Mackenzie calls you. He tells you, alright, you should start looking at areas that you haven't visited before, right? Like, yes, Mackenzie, I played games like this before. You don't have to remind me. I open up the map, and then I remember this one area over at Voltforge where I couldn't cross a gap. So at the very least, I was able to use my own memory and ingenuity in order to able to navigate to certain back to a certain area, be rewarded for it. Thank you for the catch up. You didn't get to watch most of the streams. Yeah, I'm pretty much giving you a play-by-play as to how my experience went with the game. First time through. Right, so... Oh, right, oh my god, do I talk about this now? Because you have to fight Silex after. I'll talk about Silex at the end. I'll focus on the playthrough itself. Right, so you do that, and then you get the Thundership, and then I remember there being a door over at the ice area where you get to open it. It's like, yes, you go there. I don't think Mackenzie tells you to go there, thankfully. But I remembered. I was like, oh, this feels good. Nice. And then you meet the robot guy. He's kind of cool, whatever. And you get to explore more of the map. I figured it was going to be a bit larger than it was, but it wasn't. Then you get the spider ball, and then I remembered, oh, yeah, I remember this big structure over at the desert. I'm not sure what it was, but I remember there being a spider ball track. So I figured that's where I gotta go next, right? But no, I mean, I'm glad I saw that, because Mackenzie outright tells you where to go after you get the spider ball, and after you make it back to the desert. And that kind of annoyed me too, because that would have been another point of contention for me. it would have been the exact same bullcrap he pulled when he needed to cross the lava. You know, get the like the heat resistant upgrade. Okay. And okay. We head to the mine. The entire crew is there. We get 2 grand sacrifices with the robot and the sniper dude from the cold area. You head on down the shafts. Into the mine you go. Yearning from the mine. With the, with like the general. Not the general, with the Sarge. With the rookie. With the private. And then, you explore the area, and then there's like this big grand sacrifice because the grievers, the grievers, the corrupted Lamorne. You know, you learn this detail throughout the course of the game, where they discover green energy, which is essentially Phazon, but not. They make it rain to make the planet more hospitable. To, you know, bring new life, bring prosperity to the planet. But then it's bad because they get corrupted, including their own people. The people that didn't have the crystals on their heads because the Lamorne have crystals. Some Lamorne were born with psychic powers, right? You learn this detail. But some of them aren't, so they make a crystal that it's embedded on their heads, just like how it's embedded on Samus's helmet, so they can use psychic powers. You can't remember Ezra Duke's name. Yeah, it's Duke. Yep. But anyway, tangent aside, yeah, these grievers, they're attracted to sound, and it's like, oh my god, crazy. So you have to operate this one drill in order to, like, remove it from the ground so you can keep going deeper into the mines. And then Duke makes the grand sacrifice. Let me remind you, by the way, these creatures dig through walls. They dig through dirt. And there's a whole lot of dirt in the mine. And he's like, I'm gonna make a grand sacrifice so that they don't follow you. I'm gonna make sure that the drill goes back down. You guys go ahead. I'm gonna make the grand sacrifice, and that happens. I'm just like, why? What, dude? You can just like go in. That these creatures are not gonna let up. They're still gonna be coming. They're gonna dig through the walls, dude. Not. I guess we're doing this. All right. I guess he's dead. Oh my god. Then, you know, you have Armstrong, which is the name of the private. She comes along. She's having a hard time coping with it. And then, you know, you get attacked by these grievers anyway, because they're digging through the walls. It's like, oh yeah, that sacrifice meant nothing. You go with her, and then we gotta, like, operate this machinery in order to break down this wall. You break down the wall, and then she's like, go without me, they're gonna follow us! It's kind of like the same thing as Duke. You know, the Duke guy. He's like, no, I gotta make sure. I'll make my grandstand here. You go through. She makes a caving, right? She makes debris fall down so that the grievers don't go through. And I can kind of believe this one because the area that you're in is made out of metal. So I'd imagine that the grievers can't go through that, right? They can't dig through metal because there's no encounters after that. Like, okay, I guess that makes a bit more sense, I suppose. Except for the fact that I don't think they can go through doors. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. It's gameplay. Who cares? Anyway, then you meet the robot. The robot somehow survived the onslaught on top. That's fine. I don't care. I think that makes sense. The robot stays with you for a while, but then he makes his own grand sacrifice because there's a big hole. There's a big hole that you both can't cross. So you make a final stand against the grievers that are coming your way. You gotta fight them. You fight them. And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna shuck you across. I'm going to Morph Ball. I'm gonna shuck you across. I'm gonna fight all these grievers. And then I'm gonna make the grand sacrifice. And then you never see him again. It's really sad. You fight the boss of the area. And then you bring the elevator down. And then you see all 3 guys survive just fine. Duke, you know, all by his lonesome, finding like 100 grievers. You know, he probably ran out, no problem. You know, this is no big deal. You didn't see him die off screen. And then you have Then you have let me hold up. Okay. Then you have Armstrong. She survived. I don't know how. She was trapped. She was surrounded. But she's okay. Nah, she's okay. She's all right. The robot dude, he's okay too. He just lost an arm though. He's got a big boo-boo, but it's fine. You can repair it because he's a robot, right? He lost a limb, but you can repair that. No problem. See, nothing happened. Right? Okay, great. Wonderful. All right, so that sacrifice meant nothing. I'm glad about this. Good writing. Very cool. I was not attached to these characters to begin with, but I would have liked if their sacrifice actually meant something. It meant nothing. Great. I'm so glad that we did all this for nothing. Anyway, we leave the mine. Mackenzie's like, all right, we gotta gather the parts. The ship, the what's it called? The robot parts. The big robot. The golem parts. And I remember around the area, around the desert, there are some outposts that got transported alongside the alongside the whole transportation event that happens at the beginning of the game. Which, to remind you, what happened at the beginning of the game was there was this one artifact that that was shot at, that was being transported. It was shot at by Silex, and then it activates this one. I don't know, it's Rex that transports everything in the area to Viros, and that also transported all these different characters. Samus, these different outposts around the desert, all these different things. The space pirates, though, they're nowhere to be seen. They're gone. Not the Metroids. The Metroids were at the beginning of the game, and they're implied to have fused with all the bosses in the game. And let me remind you that Metroids are supposed to be resistant to cold. The area, the boss area, the boss in the cold area. It's very cold. How did the Metro get there? Who knows? It ended up there. It was just there.
Whoa.
Whatever. It's fine. Anyway, the outposts have things you need to get. Right? You transport the golden parts, and at this point, I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever. Let's do this. I'll explore the area. I'll do cleanup. Whatever. You know what? I can at least get the what's it called? I can get 100%. No problem. I love cleanup in Metroid games.
Whoa!
Cleanup in Metroid games is fun because you get to retrace your steps, you get to re-explore areas, and you get to learn a little bit more along the way. It's cool. I love it. I love retracing my steps. It's fun in this game too. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. I like it. I got 100%. I go into the tower, I go to the final thing, and then you see Silex. It's like, oh god, I completely forgot about this guy. Wow, he's here. Wonderful. He was healing in a pod. And if you really think about it, those robots that you've been fighting, the robots that were being controlled by Silex the entire time. So he's always had a presence, right? Especially when you find it the first 2 times where it turns out it's a fake. Whoa, it's fake. Oh my god, it's crazy. And every time that these robots were activated, Samus would be getting these flashbacks, or you don't know what they mean. It's like of this whole event, this whole like ongoing battle against the Federation and some space pirates. It's a grand old battle. It's like, what does it mean? And then it all culminates when you reach the top of Chronos Tower with the crew, with everyone there. You guys are there to get out of the planet. Great. Silex comes out of the pod, and then Samus gets the last flashback, where it's revealed that in the flashback, you see one disgruntled grunt, Federation grunt, or I don't know, maybe somewhat high-ranking, who knows? He is really angry. He is down on the floor on his knees. There's like fire on the background, and he's like, oh man. Samus reaches out because she helped. She did something, and the guy is like, oh no, he slaps the hand away. He's like, ah, no. And he's looking at his hands, and it's like, oh my God, it's revealed to be Silex the entire time. It's him. It's Silex. It's like, wow, incredible. Now fight him. You fight him with everyone. First phase sucks. I'm not going to lie. You have to babysit them because they don't know how to do mechanics. There's this one phase in the fight where there's going to be like AoEs on the floor, and you have to move out of the way. But these characters, these 5 characters keep getting in the way of each other, so they keep like bumping into each other, and they fail the mechanic. They go on the goddamn ground. I have to go pick them up because if they die, you die, and you have to do the entire goddamn boss fight over again. It's so goddamn annoying. And then do the entire boss fight proper right at the end against Sylix. It's actually pretty cool. I like the fight. It's nice. I just wish I had emotional weight behind it. It's fine. Who cares? All right, then you beat him. You go back to Chrono Tower. You activate the goddamn portal. But then Sylix, oh, he's not done. No, he's still got fight in him. He disrupts the teleporter. And then it's like, oh, no, we gotta hop right this thing. Mackenzie to the rescue. He rescues you, and you activate the teleporter again, but then he harms Mackenzie again, and then everyone's making one final sacrifice, because there hasn't been enough sacrifice in this game, where they're like, oh, we're gonna hold Sylix back. You gotta go back by yourself, Samus. And then you go back without them, and then that's it. That's the ending of it. It just ends like that. And then you're sitting there like, that's it. That's the entire game. Oh, okay. Then you get the post-credits. Then I'm sitting there, yes, I got 100%. That means I'm going to be getting the extra cutscene. But whoops, sorry. This is Prime 4, all right? This is Metroid Prime 4. Because you see, all right, in the previous Prime games, it didn't matter how many scans you had to get the secret ending, right? It didn't matter because Retro knew that there were missable scans, and it's completely stupid to add an extra stipulation to the extra unlockable scene by having it be scans that you can miss. By the way, you can still miss scans in this godforsaken game. So I'm sitting there like, okay, when's the extra cutscene? And then it's like, oh, you had to get 100% scans. So, okay, all right, fine, whatever. That was never like this. Can't believe this. Oh my god. Okay. So that happened. I'm sitting there like, all right, cool. Let's look at the cutscene, I suppose. Let's look at the end cutscene that you get for getting 100% or having the Sylix, the $30 Sylix amiibo. And you get the full story, all right? This is one unnamed battle going on between the Galactic Federation and the Space Pirates. The Space Pirates have like this one huge turret. It's like a super weapon. It's like that, but so I'd imagine the Federation is trying to like commandeer it, neutralize it. I don't know. But then Sylix is like, all right, listen. We're going to be taking that weapon. I want it for myself. So he's like rebelling because he got orders from up top saying, fall back, wait for reinforcements from Samus. And it's like, okay, or no. He tells his own troops, I want that weapon. Then they go in. Then the weapon fires. It's an EMP. Well, it's bigger than an EMP. It destroys everything, and it's in the close vicinity. He loses his entire squad. Then Samus goes in. She uses a super missile to destroy the turret, and then this day is saved. And then Sylix is just really angry because he just really wanted the weapon really badly. He slaps the hand away like we saw in the previous cutscene, and he's like looking at his hands, and that's the entire goddamn. That's the entire backstory. Oh my god. That's the entire backstory. Okay. Great. Wonderful. So I'm sitting there thinking, how did this happen? How did this happen? Why did we get a story like that? Why? That's just the story, by the way. I haven't even talked about the structure yet, or the chart development. I'll give you some good points on this game. Alright. Metroid Prime 4 controls really well. It is a technical marvel. Moment-to-moment gameplay feels nice. It's good. The area designs are fantastic. They tell a story. They're visually distinct. I love them. For the most part. I don't like the mine, but that's whatever. Okay. The bad parts. I already mentioned this before. Mackenzie not shutting up. I like the idea behind Mackenzie. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think there was a lot that could have gone right with Mackenzie if he didn't just ping you without your consent. I didn't ask to be told to go to Vault Forge. I didn't ask to be told to go to the mine. I didn't want these hints. You have a goddamn radio feature, which is essentially the hint system from the previous Prime games, but better in concept. Because in previous Prime games, you had to wait or walk a certain amount of steps before the game would tell you, okay, it seems you're lost. We're going to tell you where to go. We'll give you an idea as to what you should be checking out, right? That's fine. That's all right, okay? But I don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me because you have the goddamn button on the main menu. You pause. You see Mackenzie's icon. It's like, yeah, you can radio in whenever you want help, but he still radios in anyway. When I'm just exploring on the goddamn desert. Don't get me started on the goddamn desert. Why? No, the desert's bad. Desert's bad. Why? Listen, I don't mind driving in the desert. I just mind the fact that with the way that it's structured, all you do is run into crystals, find shrines, fight some enemies. It doesn't really amount to anything really. I don't know why it's there. I know why it's there. It's to justify the bike, but I feel like you could justify the bike in a whole bunch of other ways. I also know it's there because Nintendo really needs to push this whole idea of everything being open world. When Metroid, the design of my Metroid Core, it's the complete opposite of an open world. It doesn't work. Metroid Core games hinge on progressional, on item progression that allow you to access different areas once you have the right keys. That doesn't make any sense on an open world. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. I think I already talked about the bad parts in detail. I don't think I have anything else to say. Necessarily. It's just, it has so many highs, but the lows are kind of bad. Now, mind you, these are my thoughts after playing the game 3 times. Okay? What have you talked about? I did! Did I? The bike, cool in concept, not fully well executed, I feel like they could have done a bit more with it. I feel like the bike should have been relegated to... It should have been used as a way to connect yourself to the other areas. But I can understand that there was trouble development, right? There was trouble development with this game. We get to finally discuss about this. Now, I don't remember the exact details, right? So, Consum, you're going to need to chime in and offer me reminders, because there was an interview that was released on Famitsu, I believe, detailing a lot of the developmental progress for the game itself. Now you ask me, I'm partially blind. I just need reminders, that's it. Just remind me. Mention a particular detail, I can talk about it. Oh, let me drink something while you... Dude, I've been... Oh my god. I'm sorry, Purple. I'm gonna have to move the things to tomorrow. Oh my god. You apparently couldn't before. Oh my god. Okay, game was reset once. Yes, we know that the game was reset once, and Retro could not start totally from scratch. They had to salvage what Bandai Namco had left before. Yes, Breath of the Wild was indeed part of the inspiration for the open world. The producer for the Metroid Prime series, Takane, was really insistent on the idea on the open world and also on the Federation, because for whatever, this man is obsessed with the Federation. I swear to God, but I don't know why. He's obsessed. We don't need this, bro. It's fine. We don't need this. All right. Oh, yeah, this is the interview where we're talking about in full detail. Oh my god. But yeah, the main points here is that the Retro cannot really start from scratch. They couldn't. There's a reason as to why people say that this game's areas are so goddamn linear. And they have a point. They are. They are super linear. And that's kind of annoying too. Especially if you consider the fact that they kind of feel like structured like Zelda dungeons. Right? Where you get the power-ups, and then you use the power-ups to progress through the area, but it's just a straight line. It's a goddamn straight line. It never diverts. It's always a goddamn straight line. It's so uninspired. There's no, like, interesting ways for areas to connect with each other, even from the self-contained areas in themselves. It's just a straight line. It's just, especially in the goddamn mine, it's just a straight line. It's just a straight line from start to finish. It's awful. Oh my god. Wait a minute. You know, I think I missed this detail from the interview. Let me take a look at this real quick. Hold up. Yeah, there was over 30 minutes of cut NPC dialogue discovered for Metro Prime 4. Yeah, there was supposed to be more. There was supposed to be a lot more. Get this, by the way. At the start of the project, perhaps due to the influence of The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, we saw a lot of comments on the internet saying we want to play an open-world Metroid. I don't know who was saying this, but okay. Yeah, sure. However, Metroid's core element of increasing the amount of explorable areas by unlocking powers is not very compatible with the freedom to go anywhere from the beginning of open worlds. Yes! They understand this! They get it! Retro gets it! Thus, we thought to design a limited area that could be freely explored and have that be the hub that could connect to other areas. You know, I should probably have those on screen, huh? A moment. I'm so tired. It's almost midnight. What happened? Wait. How long was I yapping for? Wait a minute. Wait. I just realized. Wait. How has this been going on for this long? Oh no! Metroid Prime 4 happened, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, let's look at the article. Let's just look at it, okay? Let's just look. Let's look.
Please stop.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Flora. Don't worry. If you guys need to head out, it's fine. So ignore the ads. I don't care. It's fine. Okay. Nintendo shared some interesting insights into how it approached Metro Prime 4, and has discussed why the game is an open world. It seems the company noticed at least some fan interest in seeing the franchise adopt that approach. However, rather than going full open world, Nintendo and Retro Studios created a hub of sorts, which has drawn some comparison to the older 3D Zelda games. Although Nintendo realized that players' impressions toward open world games had changed. Yeah, this is a big one. I'm so goddamn burnt out on open world. I hate it so much. Oh my god. Remember the Wild open Pandora's box, dude. I hate it. The company didn't want to backtrack on development again, as the project was already rebooted once. And that makes sense. Listen, from a logistical standpoint, from the perspective of the developer, I can understand this. And resolved to move forward with our original vision. Yeah, so here's a translation. We already read this part. Thus we thought to design a limited area that could be freely explored and have that be a hub that could connect to other areas. That's a sound idea. Then we thought that if one could move around on the bike in a satisfying way in that area, it could be a segment that mitigates the tension from exploration and paces the whole game. In the end, the game took much longer than expected to finish, and then we realized that players' impressions towards open world games had changed. Oh yeah, for the worse, dude. Absolutely, people are tired of this. That being said, development had already been reset once before when we started again from scratch for Retro Studios, so backtracking development again was out of the question. Then we resolved to move forward with our original vision. During this time, shooting games and action games went through evolutions, with an increase in game speed in particular. But taking in those changes would have made it difficult to construct the tempo of an adventure game. So we actively chose to not take them into account. Therefore, I think this game is pretty much divorced from changing of times. Even they acknowledge it themselves, dude. They acknowledge that the game itself is just not behind the times. They know that must have been really frustrating to work with. I'm not gonna lie. Just knowing that, you know, generally speaking, the player base's the overall consensus when it comes to open world games had changed. People were just so tired of it. So tired, including myself. I didn't really want to see that at all. And Retro understood this, but again, they were just so far into development, and it makes sense that they want to reset it again. I'm just baffled at the idea that they even entertained the idea to begin with. I'm just curious on that. I'm very curious. Yeah, it's pretty much divorced from the changing of times. That's pretty much it. That's the entire article. I need an ad blocker, you're right. On this browser, I do. Well, the browser that I use for streaming. Okay. I'd also imagine consider how long the game took to take how long the game took to come out. It's also the problem that they probably wanted this to come out on Switch 2 as well. So extra development time spent on Switch 2 features, like, you know, just making sure that both games ran well consistently across both versions, Switch 1 and Switch 2. The mouse controls, I'd imagine, also took up some development time. It's just, they had to make the best out of a bad situation. This is what it ultimately amounts to. That's why the game is so safe, right? That's why the areas themselves are so linear. That's why the desert is like, has the bare minimum of what it needs for it to function as it needs to. Act as a hub, right? It makes sense when you put it that way. So to say that this game had trouble development, yeah, it's pretty clear. And I can't imagine that that Retro wasn't really feeling good about this to begin with. I had to wonder. That's maybe the reason as to why they held back on showing the bike up until like way before the game. Oh, actually, I think a couple months, right? Oh no, it was a month before. I think. Yeah, it was a month before. It was a month before the game came out with the show of the bike and the not S rank. No, absolutely not. Anyway, I need to stop. I think I've said everything I need to say about Metroid Prime 4. So what's my verdict? What is my verdict on this game? What do I have to say? What else is there to be said? Is that a good Metroid Prime game? It does the bare minimum. It does the absolute safest bare minimum. The combat is good, I'll give it that. But it does the bare minimum. And I think overall, I would say this game, missed potential left and right. Well, I can't even say that. The concept from the beginning was flawed. That's the problem too. So it's not a matter of potential. I think they just made the best out of a bad situation, if anything. And unfortunately, it left a lot to be desired. It's not worse than Other M. Absolutely not. It's a better than Prime Hunter's demo. Probably. It's a better than Metroid Prime Pinball. Sure. Is it better than, I don't know, Plock? Yeah, sure. Better than Halo Wars? Maybe. You want to go into more detail? I think I'm good. I'm tired. I can't. Close eye. Is it better than Connect Star Wars? Probably. Ultra Kill? Yeah, maybe. Federation Force? Is it better than Federation Force? I don't know. Is it better than Prime Hunters? It's not better than Prime 3. I'm sorry. I know the first time that I talked about this, I was feeling like it's kind of like in between Prime 3 and Prime 4. No. It's worse than Prime. It cannot go beyond this. Prime 3 is the gatekeeper. You cannot go past this. Absolutely not. Federation Force handles Sonic's better than Prime 4. I'm so pissed off. Oh my god. I think it's gotta be in between these two, if you ask me. In between Prime Hunters and Federation Force. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Below Federation Force? I don't know. Man, I don't know. I honestly feel like Prime 4 is more of a B tier game. A B tier game. Is it better than Metroid 2? Oh no. Oh no, this is a hard choice. Is it better than Metroid 2 and NES Metroid? I don't know. Maybe? Okay, I'm thinking like somewhere in B tier, but maybe not better than Metroid 2. I don't know. I think it is better than Metroid 2 in some ways. This is hard. I'm not sure where to place it. Did I enjoy it more than Rayman? Sure. More than Block? Okay. Mischief Maker? Yeah, Blue Protocol? Yeah, probably. Here. It seems generous. But at the end of the day, despite my complaints... No, it's not you guys. You bring a good point, Greg. Despite my grievances with the game, I had fun. I think the highlights do make the game a bit better. I think it's okay. It's not the worst game. I was making it sound like it was like down here. Right? I was making it sound like it definitely deserved to be right alongside the M, right? But no, I don't think so. I think it's my best B tier game of the year. If anything, somebody lets me. There you go. I think this is where it belongs. And this is the final tier list. Star Wars Connect is better than Prime 4. This tier list is so cursed. Oh my god. We did it. After nearly 6 hours. Well, no, it's been 6 hours. It's almost 7 hours. Oh my god. How did this happen? Well, I know I had the power going out, so that wasted a lot of time. But what the hell? What? You don't have second thoughts about anything? I think I'm good. Metroid happened. I guess you're right. Yeah, look at this. Look at all these Metroid core games on top. Prime is still king. To be honest. Sorry. Thank you for ranking Woodwatch again. That was exhausting, dude. I was not expecting this to go as long as it did. Oh my god, I need a break after all that. All right, let's go from the bottom. I'm gonna stall even longer. At the very bottom, with the very sad face. So I'm gonna add more sad. It's just really, I'm just really sad right now. Is Metroid Other M and Sonic Dreams Collection. On D tier, we have Way of the Samurai 2 and Sonic Forces. On C tier, we have Sonic R, Tai 2, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Sunshine. On B tier, we have Metro Prime Hunters, First Hunt, Metroid Prime Pinball, Nuclear Nightmare, Stray, The Headliners, GTFO, Final Fantasy XI, and++, Metroid 1, Metroid 2, Rayman, Plock, Mischief Makers, Brave Fencer Musashi, Donkey Kong 64, Blue Protocol, Star Resonance, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Super Castlevania 4, Saturn Bomberman, Spyro the Dragon, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Mario Kart World, Halo Reach, Halo Wars, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Sonic Riders, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and on A tier we have Connect Star Wars. Yes, Connect Star Wars better than Metroid Prime 4. Ultra Kill, Metroid Federation Force, Kirby Air Riders, Phantasy Star Online, Blue Bursts, Pico Park 2, Pokemon Special, no wait, Edición Especial Pikachu, because I played this in Spanish. Escape the Backrooms, World of Goo, Signalis, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, Toho 20, Fossilized Wonders, Cassette Beasts, Ahead in Time, Metroid Prime Hunters, the proper game, not the demo, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, Halo 2, Halo 3 ODST, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, Sonic Unleashed, Rhythm Heaven, Fever, Dark Cloud, The Messenger, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War, Metroid Samus Returns, Deltarune Chapters 3+4, Bloodborne, AM2R, Return of Samus, Halo Combat Evolved, and on S tier, the best games I played in 2025 were Metroid Fusion, System Shock, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, Celeste, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Metroid Dread, Super Metroid, Metroid Prime Remastered, Metroid Zero Mission, and finally, to the surprise of no one, Metroid Prime. Wow. That's it. All 76 games played on 2025. Jesus Christ. I'm dead, dude. I can't take it anymore. Okay. 7 hours. I may have underestimated 76 games and how much I had to say about them. Turns out I had a lot to say. Who knew? Yeah, Dark Cloud is... I enjoyed my time with Dark Cloud. It's good. This is a wild list, I'm not gonna lie. Show this to anyone. I think they would be really asking a lot of questions about the next Star Wars being on A. For the record, I'm rating it as an experience. This is a joyful one. This one was an annoying one. That's why this one's on A. What do you guys think, huh? Look at this tier list. I think it's pretty comprehensive. Here's hoping we have less D games, less C games, and more B and A games for next for this year. Because believe me, I have a lot planned. And hold up, let me switch over. Let me explain it to you. I'm gonna grab my phone. Guys, I took notes. Check this out. Hold up. You got a cool special announcement. All right, for sticking around. Sticking around for 7 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, it's amazing out of context. Check this out. I'm making my notes. Give me a minute. All right. You guys get to know what games I plan to play for this year. Some of them, not all of it. This is not a comprehensive list. Keep in mind. All right. It's very special. Okay. I wrote these down during the new year, just thinking about what games I want to be playing for this year, for 2026, for my own personal picks. So check this out. First up is Kirby's Dream Land 3 for the Super Nintendo. I want to go and revisit that game. I think it'll be a good time. In fact, I could have someone over. You know, co-op. The game's co-op. Someone can play as Gooey. It'll be fun. And on top of that, why not play Kirby Superstar? It's a good game. Also another co-op game. I think it'd be good. It'd be a good experience if you ask me. More co-op. And lastly, the big one. for Kirby. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Consummate, wake up. I'm going to need you for that one. We're going to be playing Amazing Mirror this year. Okay? You got to lock in. I'm going to need people for that one. 4 people. 4 Kirbys. And all. I'm also going to be playing Blaster Master Zero 2. Finally. Alongside Ratchet and Clank 4. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 3. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Rogue Leader for the Nintendo GameCube. Final Fantasy IV. Pokemon Gold and Silver. Nuzlocke. Pokemon Stadium 2. Dark Souls 3. Jack 2. Croc. The Legend of the Gobos. GoldenEye 007. Spyro 2. Dark. I think that's it. That's all I could muster up for now. There's gonna be more games that are not in that list that I'll probably remember to add it. All the Garfields, yeah, that's for the marathon. That's a given. That's a given. But I do want to stream more Game Boy games this year. I went out of my way to fix the GameCube Game Boy player. Went out of my way to also fix up this Super Nintendo in order to use peripherals like the Super Game Boy, so I can play more Game Boy games through that. I also want to play more N64 games. The ones that I fixed, like Wave Race, Excite Bike, maybe. Perfect Dark. A whole bunch of games. Believe me, there's a lot of games coming for this year. Not enough time, but hey, we'll make do with what we got. And you know what? I haven't decided on my next personal pick, huh? How about this? Since we're getting close to the release of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, how about we play Mario Galaxy next Tuesday? Wouldn't that be fun? I haven't played that game proper in so many years. I think it's time to be properly prepared. We're going to be playing Super Mario Galaxy next Tuesday. Look forward to it. And now I'm dead. Next stream, it's going to be on Thursday. We're going to be playing Crash Bash. All right? Crash Bash. It'll be co-op. Probably. But it's Flora. It'll be a time. It'll be horrible. We'll see how it goes. But it's been 7 hours. I did not intend to go for this long. So I'm going to have to call it here. But thank you guys for sticking around. It's been fun. It's been really fun. I appreciate you guys being here. Here's to a new good year of streams. I hope to see you guys on them. Participate, you know, just have fun. I had a lot of fun going through the tier list and just reminiscing over the games that I played last year. Because, believe me, I was also thinking about how they felt when I was streaming them. I didn't really want to go into detail too much on that because it would have been... I would not have ever left. It would have been over. I couldn't have... we would not be done with the tier list yet. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Next stream is not going to be 3 hours. It's not going to be 7 hours, rather. It's going to be 3 hours. I can't handle more than that. Okay. Fine. It's over. I don't know who's live. Who the hell do I raid? Who am I raiding today? Oh, also, thank you guys again for the subs from earlier. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the support, as always. It's, you have no idea how much this helps me continue doing what I'm doing. It is very nice of you guys for you to do this. I appreciate you. I don't know who to raid. Who's live? Anyone got any ideas? I'm just tired. I need... I might just end it. I might just end the stream. Maybe no raid this time.
Nice smile.
But yeah, thank you guys again. It's time to sleep. You guys have a good night. And I'll see you on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, with Crash Bash. Co-op. You don't want to miss it. Trust me, it's gonna be pain. Nothing but pain. Oh, man. Alright, until then, you guys take care. And goodbye.